Hey guys, it's June 4th, and I didn't change my calendar. I just realized that the entire day nobody said anything about my calendar not being changed. Rascals. Anyway, my name's Heidi. I teach 3rd grade here in Northern California, and I'm not a frequent YouTube teacher poster person, but trying. I do my things here and there. But I want to do this teacher tag thing. I think it'll be fun. So I'm choosing to do this teacher tag thing. I'm going to move you guys over a little bit. So I'm worried about you guys falling. So, I see. This year has been just quite the year. So I thought that I would answer these questions that I've been listening to. You know what's funny about it is we're all the same but different. I love that about teachers. Oh, so fun, so fun. So I'm going to answer the questions. Okay, so the first question was, of course, what grade do you teach? I teach 3rd grade, and I teach in actually Northern California, meaning the Sacramento area. How about that? Is that specific enough without telling you exactly where? I always want to know where people teach just because of a lot of things, but fine. That's about as big as I'll get. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I teach at in the same area or district as another YouTube teacher. How about that? But she's got a lot more followers. Like, I don't have any. She's got 10. How about that? All right, so see, and this year, the next question is, how much of the year was fully remote or hybrid? Or, and I think people have definitions of hybrid that are kind of out there. Here's how we went. We taught distance learning the first 2 trimesters, basically. And then in around March, about the 1-year mark, we came back. And we taught kids, we broke them up into 3 cohorts. So we had an A, a B, and a C, and so the A cohort came 2 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, and the B cohort came to school Thursday, Friday. And then in the afternoons every day, except Wednesday, we taught the C cohort, which was online. So if you were in the B cohort, for example, and you had class in person on Thursday, Friday, you also did online learning in the afternoons on Monday, Tuesday. So kids got school every day no matter what. So if for example, in the A cohort, you went to school in the morning but didn't see me in the afternoon, if you're in the B cohort, you would online, seeing it flip-flop at the end of the week. And then Wednesdays was all asynchronous. So the C cohort just did 4 days, online every day, plus asynchronous work. We did that for, I want to say 6 weeks, and then the rest of the school year, we were in person, all of us, except for the distance learners, which I had 4 who stayed, unfortunately. And those 4 students, all 4 sweetheart kids, nice kids, really needed to be here and just weren't. No comment. What can I say? No comment. So, well, we had school from 8:30 to 11 every day, which again, if you're a teacher like me and you've been teaching a long time, 27 years, that time just flies by. I have all these plans. Oh wait, it's time to go home. Oh. So that was a bummer. But we did that. So that's how our year went. And so right now, as I sit here talking, I have 2 days left of school, Monday and Tuesday. That's it. We're done. So I'm just loving it. In my classroom, I have 13 students in here, and then 4 online. So I have 17 this year. What a dream, right? What a dream. But I really have 26 kids, but the added 9 are homeschooled. I never saw them. Never met them. So I didn't report card them. Wow. Can you tell I just finished report cards, by the way? I'm giddy. Just giddy. Those comments take you forever. Let's get back to the questions. So number 3, what am I planning on doing the first weekend of summertime? I think my husband and our youngest son and I are flying to Boise to go look at a school there, Boise State. He wants to go to school there. He's a junior. He's going to be a senior next year. So I think we're flying there and going to stay close to school because I don't want to rent a car. But we'll go there the first weekend, I believe. If we don't, we're probably going to go up to Gray Eagle, which is about 45 minutes out of Lake Tahoe area, Truckee area in California. We have a house up there, so maybe go up there. What I'd like to do, I'd like to just hunker down and clean and organize and run, and that's what I would really like to do. So we'll see. Maybe I can convince them to go without me someplace, and I can just be home to a quiet house with the dogs. Anyway, that would be nice. Okay, so that's my plans for the first weekend. Let's see. My summer routine. Yeah. It's weird. I'm such a creature of habit. I get up every day during the school year at 4:10. I get myself going and I go run my 6 miles in the morning, about 6.5. Kind of in my neighborhood. I switch it up because I've been told to do that. And so I come home and I take a quick shower and get dressed. I have my clothes I lay out the night before because I like that. And then I come to school. I get here about 6:45, 7 o'clock, and then I generally do a 1 hour meeting with some friends of mine on Zoom, or I go to a place to meet with them. It just depends. So that's an hour of my day, and then I get really started with working like at 8 in the morning, and the kids show up at 8:30. But I never leave work until I'm like ready for the next day. The way that changes in the summertime is that I will run in the morning at like say 8 instead of 5:30, 5 o'clock, 4:45, because I just can. So I sleep in. Doing summer school though, and here's why. Well, I'll talk about that in a minute, but my routine will go back to that. So I only have a week of doing like that sort of routine. So it is what it is. So let's see. As far as routine goes too in the afternoon, it all kind of stays the same. But my morning routine is what changes the most. So throw that in there. Okay, let's see. I think this covers enough. We've had my Wednesdays have been like almost a summer routine because I don't have to be at school on Wednesdays. So I've been practicing that a little bit. All right, so getting back to my next two questions. Okay, it's reading. What's my summer reading list? This is number 5. What's on my read list this summer? I'm reading a book called Lies Your History Teacher Told You, or Lies My Teacher Told Me. I think it's Lies My Teacher Told Me. And I'm doing it as a book study. But I would be reading it anyway. I'm fascinated. It's small print, so it's going to take me a while to read. I wonder if I brought it with me to school. Let's see, shall we? I think I have it here. Yeah, with the idea that I was actually going to have time to like indulge in reading at school. No, never. But hey, a girl can plan a dream, can't she? I think I left it at home. Oh no, it's in the car. Oh well, that's my book I'm reading this summer. And then if I have more time, I don't know. I doubt that I'll have more time to do that, but I'm gonna reread. I love Brene Brown, and I want to read the book that I read a few years ago about the wilderness. Into the Wilderness. I want to reread that. I have it on tape, but I want to read it and like highlight it. So that, and maybe a little Glennon Doyle too, of time, but nothing heavy, right? Except for that book study. Stuff that helps me grow and helps me think. I'm not that much into fiction. Sorry. I do like reading some Fannie Flagg going on there. She's one of my favorite authors. She wrote Fried Green Tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Cafe, and she's written like 10 novels. But I just finished the something about, what's the name of that one? The Miracle? No. Anyways, she wrote one about the Wonder Boy of Whistle Stop. That was it, and I love that. She's got a great sense of humor. So I read that, but that was a couple months ago. It came out in October actually, but anyway, a good one. I recommend that. As far as watching TV goes, or watching movies and things like that, I'm not a big TV watcher, but I like watching certain specific shows like when I want, right? So really into Hometown, that couple that fix up houses, where my husband and I are about to move to a town called Auburn, which is where my husband's from, and we're fixing up a house every year to work on this house, and it's going to be so wonderful. So throughout this next year we'll be doing that. We're starting with the kitchen this summer, and knocking out a wall, and so I like watching home improvement type shows like that. And then of course Friends have got their big resurgence of things, so that's fun to watch. And my son's got us going on Survivor, old reruns of Survivor that I never saw because I wasn't really into it. So there you go, that's what we're watching. I like that sort of thing. Oh, and Chris Cuomo on CNN. Come on, man. Don Lemon. That's what I fall asleep to every night. So those are my boys. All right, so that's what I would be watching. What have I been putting off for months that I hope to do during the summer? Taking naps. I'm not a nappy person. I mean, I should try. But my husband golfs, and everyone says, "Hey, Heidi, do you golf?" No, I run marathons. Don't ask me to do. No, golfing's quiet and slow. So, but I want to try to slow down, but I do want to take a yoga class. I want to learn how to do yoga this summer. So that's like a biggie for me. I've been putting that off. So I want to do yoga. And then, of course, I've been writing a book. I've talked about that before, but my book is called I'm Teaching as Fast as I Can, which is the name of my web page. But I'm Teaching as Fast as I Can is a metaphor, really, because I'm a runner. But it's about keeping up with everything. So I've been writing that for the last 3 years. So I want to add to that, and I don't think I'll finish it this summer. I don't want to, because I love writing it. So I always add to it because the chapters all involve a specific student quote, and then they talk about that. So the book is really written for parents, actually, and not just teachers, because who would publish a book just for teachers, right? So I'm hoping to get published, but I want to make sure that I have the best odds in my favor. So I'll be writing too. All right, so that's on my that's my putting off thing. What do I have? A summer job or a side hustle? I do. So I'm doing summer school and I'm teaching special ed, SPED, whatever you want to call it. But I don't have a credential to teach special ed. I've got a science credential, and I've got a multiple subject teacher credential and a master's degree. Blah 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 blah. Do not have any special ed, and I want to learn more about that. So I've been doing that for the last 3 summers, so this summer's no exception. Well, I didn't teach last summer because of COVID. So I'm going to teach this summer. And then I also work for the Sacramento Kings basketball, and I work as a concierge there, but that's just for fun. I like that. So it's not a money generator. I don't do it for the money. I think I do okay here. So anyways, I don't need that. So I use the money. I can use the money to pay for my marathon running, because traveling to run the marathons is kind of crazy. All right, so there we go. My ideal self-care on a summer day. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, it would have to include a long run. And to a lot of people, that seems like work. It's not work for me. That's time to think. So it involved a long run. I would go get a pedicure, right? And I would certainly go to get lunch with a friend, not by myself. I would like to go with a friend or one of my parents, take my parents out to lunch, that sort of thing, or my sister Amy. Let's see, what else would I like to do on a self-care day? Let's see. Oh, one of the things I do like to do after I go for a long run is I lay in bed naked. This channel's not for kids, is it? Just in the sheets. It feels good against my skin. And I'm not I'm private about that. I just like getting into bed after a hot shower like that for a bit. So that would be part of my self-care routine. Yeah, you heard it here first, folks. So I would do that. Anyway, and listen to some music that I love in the car while I'm doing that. I'm a big James Taylor fan. For you youngins out there, never mind, I'm not going to explain who he is. So that's my ideal day. My favorite thing to do outside, of course, is running. But I also love trying to learn more about gardening, because the house we're moving to has a lot of yard. I got to learn more about that. So I like doing that, and I like laying on the grass, and I like imagining what clouds are with people around me, talking about that. Like with my students, I've done that quite a bit. We're going to go outside and take 10 minutes to imagine clouds. I do that on cloudy days. But they got to be the right kind of clouds. So I like doing that outside. I recommend that highly. I did that when I was a camp counselor, Girl Scout camp, years ago when I was younger. So that's what I like doing outside. Inside, like I said, I like to write a lot. But I also am into decorating things, and I'm very simplistic about things. I'm a bit of a minimalist about things. So I like organizing things inside, and I like a clean environment. My classroom. Is my classroom clean? Well, it's kind of cluttered over there right now because I have a bunch of desks, but that's that. So, yeah. Let's see, what's the last thing? Oh, what professional development do I want to do, if any? Well, I told you about the book study I'm doing, so I'm doing that. But I'm also going to be developing people this summer. I'm excited about that. I'm facilitating some workshops for the science program we're adopting. We didn't get to use it last year because of this. But we're using Twig Science in our district. And it was the last one I wanted to do when I piloted. Not when I piloted, before I piloted. The ones we were going to choose to pilot. And that one, oh. And then when I used it, I went, oh, I love this. I love the science program, and it's so great. And my college degree is in science. And my master's degree is not in science, but it's in reading and writing and the brain. And so I'm just intrigued by science. I love science. So mostly biology, but still. I love all sorts of science. So I'll be facilitating science for 3rd and 4th grade teachers. And I think my grade level partner this year, she's moving to 4th. But I think she wants to work with me on that, or I'll work with her, whatever. We're going to work together, I think. So to do those in-services, so that'll be something new for me. I've been doing this teaching since 1994, and I've never done anything like that before. I have no desire to move into admin, so I'm not doing any development to do that. But that's what's happened with me this summer. So I did a tag. I'm excited to post this. And so I'll just do this, and we'll see what comes of it. But I appreciate being able to do this. I love all you other teacher tubers sharing all that with us. Really fun. So, thanks.